gentlemen.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Everybody.
Welcome to the Late Show.
Are you in the mood?
Welcome to Moisture Festival, a celebration of all that is strange, beautiful, talented, and weird in human existence.
All right, I want to hear you say all right. I'd like to hear it louder.
All right.
I want to double back and go across that railroad track. I should have gone to see that circus show. A little birdie told me I should go. And I know where they're camped. I'm gonna find those circus tramps. All right.
All right.
I want to double back. Go across that railroad track. I should have never looked her in the eye. She was upside down. She was up too high. On the hoop, they called her champ. I want to find those circus tramps.
And they're always ready. They never stop. They gotta get it right so that they don't flop. 'Cause that's one thing that they just can't stand. I wanna find those circus tramps. Now hold your breath. Don't make a sound. She spins and spins and spins, and then she drops, and the house comes down.
I want to double back. Go across that railroad track. A lot of salt, a lot of pepper. And when it rains, they just get wetter. They don't complain when it gets too damp. I'm gonna find those circus tramps. No, they don't complain when it gets too damp. I wanna find those circus tramps.
I'm known as Maque DeV. Mac Davis to some, but Maque DeV to many. Many years ago, I had a chance to run a circus for a while and had a lot of friends involved, and there came a time when a dream came to me, at least, after going to country fair and seeing people like Ron Bailey and Ducanovo perform. I really wanted to see that in Seattle. I want to see more of that. So I got a hold of Ron. At that time, there was a couple people from the Cirque, Sandy Palmer, Simon Neal, Tim Furst, and Ron, me and them, we all met at a bar down on Jackson between 1st and 2nd, kind of a seedy bar. And the bar, in the background of people playing pool, we drank scotch and talked about this dream. Ron had been to Europe and had seen hockey's cabaret, and that lit him up. And he understood the need for vaudeville, this riotous, wonderful entertainment.
Now, as a fundamentalist, I believe that life is a joke. But God is laughing with us, not at us. The Creator is watching the Comedy Channel. We're what's on.
They put the artichokes on the boil and everything was fine. She got the water from the well. She got the water from the well now. She got the water from the well, yes. She got the water from the well. My name's Ronnie Wayne Bailey. Thinking back on why I started liking the variety arts, I think, like I say, I was a ham, and then I was into music and starting to learn the guitar and perform and sing. I sang long before I got a guitar. I was in a doo-wop group in junior high, but when I went to performing on the street is when I really caught wind of what it's like to look people in the eye and be close to a circle of people, and realizing what fun it was to connect with people and make them laugh and make them tap their foot, make them dance. And it was through the street performing that I ended up getting familiar with vaudeville performers.
A card trick. Now wait a minute. You go, oh, not a card trick. My card tricks are slightly different, okay? I would not allow the deck to be examined if it was a trick deck. Just look. Okay? You can see all the cards are different, yeah? Yeah? You don't like me, do you, son?
So my name is Tim Furst. I'm sometimes known as Fyodor Karamazov, which was my stage name when I performed as one of the Flying Karamazov brothers. I spent 20-odd years touring full-time performing as one of the Flying Karamazov brothers. And then when I retired from that and just started filling in occasionally instead of doing it full-time, I missed seeing friends who were performers scattered around the world. And so when Ron and Maque, two old friends, suggested the idea of starting a variety festival in Seattle, I thought it was a great idea, in part because that way I could perhaps get my friends to come visit me rather than my always traveling, being on the road 9 or 10 months a year, visiting them.
The dance!
The dance
That we have chosen to perform for you, a lovely, cuddly, gorgeous people of Seattle, is the Paso Doble! That's right, some people did know what to do, but they've been here a week trying to veal. When I say the words Paso Doble, everybody here says ole! No, when I say the words Paso Doble, no, not then, when I introduce the Paso Doble. Shut up, I'm not introducing, I'm just saying it in passing. If I just go, all right, Paso Doble, no!
My name is Jennifer Wensrich. I am one of the producers of the Moisture Festival and currently is managing director, which we like to term the director of smooth operations. I think Moisture Festival is a unique animal in that we're trying to do something that a lot of festivals don't. We bring in an extraordinary amount of people in a small frame of time, and we do it in a artist collaborative model.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here. This is my 5th time at the Moisture Festival, and this is actually my first gig back in the United States this year. I just got back from a comedy tour of Germany. It was a short tour, but while I was there, I learned a German juggling trick. This trick comes at the end of a festival celebrating the end of the Black Plague, because nothing says the plague is over like juggling.
Right, so what we're doing at the Moisture Festival is, again, related to vaudeville, but we also have a mix of essentially circus performers and some things that, fit under the broader term of variety, but not specifically vaudeville.
Did I mention that the wide variety is part of the reason that people come? I mean, you see everything from a guy taking a can of shaving cream and turning them into a gargoyle, to a woman getting up, doing a handstand, and then with her feet shooting an arrow at a target. Strange people. We love them.
There was a drought. There was a swarm of killer bees, without a doubt. There's gonna be some new disease, some kind of gout, on the backs of giant fleas, and I'm against it.
There was a flu, and then another strain of flu. What can you do? Just wait around, another flu will come to you. And all your pets will get flu too, and that seems bad.
And I heard it doesn't matter how much money that you raise.
The water in the well will only last a few more days.
But I just had a sandwich that had way too much mayonnaise.
And I'm really quite upset, cause it makes the sandwich wet.
And I think they lied about the octane in this gasoline.
And the springs are getting looser on the backyard trampoline. And the mail was late today, and I missed the lunch buffet. We got problems in the first world too.
We're attempting to create this community of artists who are coming together to share their work, to meet other artists, to collaborate, create new works, and the community that's created is what I think is unique about Festival. You can see artists that we bring in from all over the States, North America, the world, to our little corner here and put them all on a stage in this 4-week festival.
No, but these days are kind of troubling, and I do want to just, before I do this thing here, leave you with these words. Remember that if you lose your sense of humor, it just isn't funny anymore.
Some people have never experienced what it's like to be in a theater with a few hundred other people, all watching the same thing at the same time and responding to it together. It's just a whole different feeling. Once experienced, people come back.
They want to see something unusual. I think they're curious. I think they're willing to watch something they've never seen before and have no idea where it's going to go, and be okay with that, or even be thrilled by it. Part of that live entertainment is the failure and the recovery. And we have that on our stage.
Variety entertainment in this country, which I think primarily came from British music hall, was initially somewhat bawdy and oriented toward working men who would get off work, go to the saloon, have a drink, go out for some entertainment. And someone got the idea that if they could find a way to get the wives and children to come to the show, they could make more money. And so they started using the name Vaudeville to indicate a very clean entertainment. Performers could get fired for swearing. There was a very long list of rules about what you could and could not do on stage in order to make it clean family entertainment.
Here we go. I am for you, S-I-M, S-I-M. G, I want to be for you, for F-R. Switch eyes. U-R-X-T-C, S-U-R, S-U-R. I intend to be for you, for F-R. Both eyes open. I am I and you. You are I and two. S, easy to see. B-B. U-N-I-C, I-2-I-O, I-M for you, S-I-M, S-I-M. U-N-I-L-B-S-1 for F-R and F-R and F-R. Well done, but we're going to try it from a little farther back this time. Are we ready?
Favorite festival performer, Al Simmons. The first time he came to the festival, he walked into the green room, and it's total chaos in the green room. There's, 30 people back there warming up, musicians, performers, staff. Everybody's running around doing their thing. There's people practicing, throwing clubs. There's people stretching. There's people running food back and forth. And Al Simmons walks into the room and goes, "My people!" It was one of those perfect moments where he will still tell that story. He's like, "Okay, I've come home."
Here, ready? Yeah. Now, folks, when animals are in a new environment, what a lot of the zookeepers and trainers and veterinarians use is a little hypnosis. This is not a very heavy trance, but when I'm finished with Willie, when I say sing, he will sing. When I say sleep, he will sleep. When I say shit.
I think for us, it's providing a home on a stage for acts that may or may not find a home on a stage elsewhere, and bringing together things that you wouldn't normally see.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. No, front row. Open your mouth. Open.
We have the ability to create this art and community moment that joins the two, and I think that's an incredibly important thing in our world where we can connect. And to me personally, that's part of making the world a better place, and making a space where we can come and be kind to each other and express. There's so much love in that room between everybody who's working together, that not just in our core group, but in all the artists who come here and all the volunteers who throw in their time. There's this incredible sense of love that we can then share out with all the people who come to it and bring them into that world.
She rippled slowly across the floor like a stone thrown in water. She stood her tight in knee like Leviathan's daughter. She moved as smooth as I ever have seen. She's so serpentine. I saw the nature of a beast, like the cool viper gliding. She's aching for the feast, and her hunger's abiding. I fell into her amphibian sea. She's so serpentine. I never knew I was losing control until I felt her cause a squeeze in my soul.
I love so many of our performers, and I think that's one of the amazing things is we have performers who come back year after year, and I can watch them for 10 years in a row and still laugh and be thoroughly, it's new all over again. We have new performers every year who surprise, and it's like, wow. You know, we see these people, we bring them in, and then to see them up on our stage, there's that moment of like, yeah, that was a good show.
Put this behind your back in either hand. Don't let me see. Come out with both hands just like that. Tell me when you've done it. All right? Hold your hands apart just like this. Face me. Now this is what's going to happen. You might notice, and it's for people over here it's going to be harder to see. When she came out, her nose pointed towards this hand. Every time I do this, you can do this with kids, you can do it with adults, people's nose will always point a little bit more to the hand it's in. Open up this hand, show it to everybody. You see? I know. The first time it could be a 50-50 chance though. It's not, but it could be. Put it behind your back, let's try it. Come back out one more time. Tell me when you've done it. Hold your hand. So now she's trying to fool me. She's going to think, I'll put my nose to this hand since I said it, which... It was still in that other hand, wasn't it? Yes, it was. Take the ring. Let's try it one more time. One more time. Put it behind your back. Come out with both hands. All right? You are one scary girl. And when you become a teenager, you're going to be a scarier girl. Keep your hands out. Face me just like this. Look at me. So this is the thing. 95% of the time, if people keep it in the same hand the second time, the third time, they keep it in the same hand. Open up that hand. Show it to everyone. Just like that. I know.
Hello. My name is Kayla Bailey. I am the offspring of Ron Bailey and Kathy Sutherland. I am a performer. Singer's kind of my main thing that I do, but all around, I just love to be on stage. I love to dance. I love to just talk to people in that way that you get to by being on stage, that you get to communicate with people.
You say you love me, I'm listening. You think you're falling for me. You best be sure that's what you're looking for, that here is where you want to be. All or nothing, that's how I feel. All or nothing's the deal. If you say deal me in, you got to play the game for real. If it's love, you better watch yourself. Love can be tricky. If it's love, you might as well confess. Surrender to the sweet misery of love. If it's love.
My name is Kayla Bailey, and this is my pops, my daddy-o, Mr. Ron W. Bailey. Right here, we will be your hostesses for the mostesses this evening.
But it's a cool thing because it's a living thing, and you're very close to your audience. And I think I feel pretty comfortable on stage whenever I'm on stage talking to an audience, and I feel like that comfort zone came from performing on the street.
Now, a lot of people are asking, I'm so glad Mark wrote a song about moisture, because a lot of people are like, why are you celebrating moisture? And of course, for those of us in the festival, it's like, how could you not celebrate moisture? I mean, think about it. Without moisture, what would the spring be like? There'd be no flowers. There'd be no trees blooming. It's like, look, it's this simple. H2O. It's all about H2O. H. That's for happiness. That's right. And two, well, it takes two to tango. It's that simple. It takes two to tango. Keep that in mind, right? And then O. We all know. O. O.
I mean, we all know what that means.
We all know what that means. It's like, you know, it's like this. If I have to tell you do not leave those dishes in the sink one more time or you're kicked out and you pay the rent. And then you go, oh. So you put that all together and you have the formula for the Moisture Festival. See, it all makes sense, man. This all makes sense.
We live in a boomtown metropolis, discarded people in a throwaway terrain. We keep our heads up as best as we are able. Don't wanna die out here in this dangerous rain. But Bezos has the money. He's got all of that money. He's got $100 billion in his pants.
Hi, my name is Sandy Palmer, and I'm one of the founding members of the Moisture Festival. Well, my whole life I've just really loved to sing, and that's my favorite thing to do ever. And I first started with the Fremont Players. I was just singing in their production of Jack and the Beanstalk, and that was happening at the same time as the Moisture Festival was being developed. So in the Fremont Players there was Maque and there was Simon Neil, and they invited me to come help with press and PR for the Moisture Festival.
Hey, all you roaring cowboys, you got a treat tonight. Regatta's on a dancing girl, what a pretty sight. Come on, you busy drinkers, and blow away the foam. Regatta's on the dancing girl, you'll never see at home. I'm feeling friendly and full of spite, but don't grab the package or touch the merchandise. Hey, all you men from Leadville and you from Laramie, Regatta's on a dancing girl, got it from Paris.
Sandy was a worker bee, and so was Mac and Tim. So it was a whole group of people that had fun working together. We just had fun working together. And to come into this warehouse and turn it into a theater, Phil, tell us about when you were like, he's got a mic. Like, what was it like from your perspective when we came marching?
Well, it was, you had fun written all over you. It was right from the start. We went to the, I remember the first one in the tent across from Red Hook, and Mike came into the pub one night. I think the first night on Friday.
That's
night.
Mike Hale.
Yeah, Mike Hale, and he comes up. He goes, "You got to go see this thing that I just went to." He saw the first show. I said, "What is it?" He goes, "It's this. I don't know what it is. It's like a Ed Sullivan show down at down there by Red Hook." And I went, "Okay, that sounds fun." So the idea sprung up that it would be a 2-day benefit, and the first night would be our party, the party that we would have as a annual thing. It's like, well, this would be a perfect party.
To put this in chronological perspective, Mac and Ron called me at might have even been December of 2003. We didn't actually decide to put on the festival until sometime in December for a festival the next spring, 2004, in Chumley's tent. Everyone had a great time. We didn't lose too much money. We wanted to do it again and wanted to do a fundraiser both to help recover what we lost the previous year, but the main reason was to be able to fly in a few performers, because the first year, I was twisting the arms of friends to come and perform for nothing. Drive up from Portland, you'll have a great time. And it worked, but wanted to bring Offner out from Maine, wanted to bring in other performers from other parts of the country, and so we worked out this arrangement with Hales, where we did 2 nights of shows in the warehouse, one as the holiday party for employees and distributors, and the other as a fundraiser for the Moisture Festival. And my recollection is it worked so well that Mike Hale said afterwards, why don't you just hold your festival here next spring?
Or you guys might have said that too.
I think one of the unique things about the festival is that we're doing 40 some odd shows, and each and every show is individual and unique. We shuffle up the artists. One artist may do something one night, may not do another. That show that you attend is going to be a one-time only event. It's only ever going to happen in that moment. And the alchemy between the artists and the audience, and that thing will never exist again. But for that moment, it's so cool.
I'm from France, like Charlie, but I'm from the Pays Basque country. And I came to the United States for the first time, I think it was in 1991 or so. And so one time Tim and other friends were telling me about the Moisture Festival and you should apply for it. And so I did, got in, came here, and was just completely blown away. I mean,
this is probably my 8th or 9th year performing here, and every single year it's like an old homecoming because I have friends coming from all over the world that I performed with from fairs, festivals, Germany, everything, and it's family. It's absolutely family, and this is like the best festival. It's the biggest festival in the world of this kind, but it's also the best festival.
I'm a little teapot, short and stout. This is my handle, this is my spout. That's funny.
If you just come home once in a while and take me out.
I take you out a lot of places.
You do not. You don't take me anywhere. You don't take me out to eat.
And so the first years were a little bit tough, but we did well. We kept functioning. It smoothed out. We did bring in a couple people. Rhonda Sables came in, who gave us one of the most important things. We needed a bit of an executive director, someone who was better at running an organization than me or anyone that was in the group at the time. And she really helped us gel.
I'm Rhonda Sable, and thank you. I was the company manager for the Flying Karamazov Brothers for 16 years. I am the guest relations manager at the Seattle International Film Festival for the last 12 years. I'm also a member of Ducanovo. So I was the obvious choice to try to bring on to wrangle this group of vaudevillians, who I call my family, still make it fun, but make some rules and regulations. That was a task. So for the first 5 years of the festival, I performed. We had a can-can troupe. I performed with my can-can troupe. I helped with a few little things. But it was obvious that we had grown so quickly and in such a way that I don't think any of us really totally expected, that we needed some systems and procedures. So in 2009, I became the director of smooth operations. That was a task and got a little pushback from my buddies here, but we finally got some systems in place and procedures that to this day are still used to make the festival move forward.
I need a nap. I could floating eggs coming down, and they're going to land in your left shoe. Quick, you take off your left shoe. Still time. Take off the left shoe. I command thee. You couldn't hand it to me. You're down there. Floating shoes. And oh, God. Oh, it burns. The colored lights. Somebody hold me. I'm freaking. I got a hold of some bad Dr. shawls. This rave isn't fun anymore. How do you get that effect? Have you marched in a parade lately or something? What's the deal? I'd see a medical professional. I don't know if that's a healthy condition. It's just a little raid.
I was on tour with a Cirque du Soleil show called Kidam. I think we were in Providence, Rhode Island, and Tim Furst was at the show. After the show, I saw Tim backstage. I had met Tim at some juggling festivals before, and he just said, hey, if you ever find yourself not busy during the month of April, then, you know, we'd love to have you come up and be part of the festival. And I said, for sure, I would love to do it, because I had a lot of other friends that had done it as well. So yeah, so I'm unemployed now, so I get opportunities to do fun stuff like this. It's great.
You know, initially I was dealing with, you know, maybe, 15, 20 performers. Now the festival has probably about 125 different acts over the course of the 4 weeks. Plus there are another, somewhere between 100 and 200 acts wanting to perform at the festival that either don't really fit into the Moisture Festival. We tend not to book stand-up comedians or rock and roll bands. There are other venues where they can perform.
Rhythm. I'm looking for a nice, steady hand clap. A nice, steady hand clap. Just like you got it.
The other cool thing that we did from the very early days is we always wanted a live show band to accompany the night. And that adds a certain real thing to it. It's not, we have nothing against people using a recorded track to bits they've worked out, because of course sometimes that's the way to go for an act. But to have the band play for the audience and then play for the acts. The live show band is one of the important things that makes the festival work.
Yeah! How is everybody doing? Are you ready to sing a little something? Moisture, moisture. Take a chance, wear your fancy pants. It's a Moisture Festival. Oh, moisture, moisture, Moisture Festival, yeah! Come on in, the show's about to begin. It's a Moisture Festival.
There's lots of canned music in the world, more and more and more of it. And I have become obsessed with the energy that happens when there's a group of humans in a room and everything is happening between the humans in the room. All the energy exchanges, all live. It can be amplified by electricity, but that's what's happening. And the timing of everything is subtly different because of the room, the weather, who's in the room, what time of day it is, what happened in the world today, how we all feel. And when it's live, it can be that way.
I'm John Cornicello. I'm a portrait photographer here in the Seattle area. I also photograph a lot of theatrical productions.
I'm Michelle Bates. I'm one of the official photographers for the Moisture Festival. I've been shooting it
since year 2 along with John Cornicello. We've had a few other people work with us over the years, but we've both been doing it for, what is it now, 14 of the 15 years of Moisture Festival.
It just built up a camaraderie between performers and musicians and photographers. We all got to know each other really well, hanging out backstage. Various green room settings we had at the Hales Palladium. For 1 or 2 years, we actually had enough room in the back where I was able to set up a portrait studio and with lights and backdrops and do portraits of most of the performers there. And that's always a fun one for me, to just get some one-on-one time with the performers in the studio.
He's more portrait oriented, and I'm more sort of like person as object. So I'm more like a broader scene, the person as a shape getting the whole scene, and he's more like the face and the expression, and I love that. So, you know, I don't have to worry about shooting that way because I know that he's going to do that, and I think both of them are really valuable for the performers and for the festival to have.
Good evening and welcome to the Moisture Festival! My name is Sylvester Dickey, and I will be your host tonight. It's a very fun name. Try saying it with me. Dickey! Yes, and try it when you leave. It's even funner after you're gone. Try it by yourself when you're alone or lying in bed. It's just wonderful. We start the Moisture Festival. Every Moisture Festival in the world begins since the 6th century, when the first Moisture Festival happened in what is now Botswana. They've begun with this song, and it's a song that is participatory. You sing along. When I do this, you sing the last thing you just heard, or when there's one moment in the song where you actually have a cue, and the cue sounds like this. And then what you sing is Nuns in a Cloister. So let's try that. Nuns in a cloister. Good. And then when I do this, you sing the last thing you heard or whatever occurs to you at the time. Are you ready? Yeah. Let's do it. 5, 6, 1, 9, 2, 7. Some people know it as damp. Other people know it when they see it. Some people simply say wet. Other people simply want to be it. Whatever you say, however you name it, it's raining cats and dogs and you really can't blame it. It's plain to see, there's nothing to fear. You're gonna get soggy if you live around here. It's moisture. It's moisture. We can't get out, we're stuck in here like. It's a good thing we love the rain, but the best darn thing of all is we got the Moisture Festival. What? One more time. We got the Moisture Festival. Now scream like you mean it. Wonderful. Did you all know this is the largest and longest comedy and variety festival in the world?
Oh, it's lovely being here, backstage at the Moisture Festival.
I had just started acting in this community, and at this time, this burlesque kind of started. Years go by, and all of a sudden, this little bit of burlesque starts popping up in tiny bars and tiny venues, basements, and it is so amazing. And I'm watching this stuff going, wow, the stage is this minuscule stage, and they're doing these funny little things, and I started going, Rhonda, you got to come see this.
So it is true, Kathy dragged me. We spent almost every weekend night going to shows all over town and identifying performers that we thought would be great in the festival. The very first year, so we started the festival in the tent in 2004. In 2005, we did burlesque right here at Hales. We did 2 burlesque shows. That was 2006 at Fremont Studios. We sold, I think, somewhere around 1,500 seats over the 2 nights. And we said, oh yeah, this is going to go.
this festival has brought together, I would say, these three branches: the vaudeville branch, the aerial branch, and the burlesque branch. The aerial work would be actually death-defying. And the thrill of watching people doing something which, and recently we've had a death in the aerial community, and it's very hard. But it's also the edge that the aerial world lives in. And then the clowns who die over and over and over and over, they get run over by a bus, they get kicked in the face, a horse steps on their head, and they pop back up and they keep going. So there's these two sides of the way that death is addressed in the circus, and I think that's maybe part of why it's so profound for people to watch circus and variety, is that it touches us at this incredibly deep level as an audience. As performers, I think it touches us at a deep level in another way, which has to do with these profound roots that we've developed with each other.
It's interesting to me to hear this, to hear Kathy and Martha especially, talking about the mix of vaudeville and burlesque. There was a time when that was the case. Before the 1890s in America, it was entertainment for men. It happened in drinking establishments, and it was bawdy. But mixed in that were, the Irish tenors and jugglers and other things. Tony Pastor in 1890 opened a theater in New York, and he took out of that kind of entertainment, and again, there wasn't a separation between what became burlesque and what became vaudeville. There was this other thing. It had several names. Honky Tonk was one. But he took only the acts that could work without what they were calling blue material, and he opened a theater called Pastor's in New York, and for the first time was able to invite women and children to the theater to see this kind of entertainment by eliminating that. And vaudeville exploded. It became the major entertainment form in America. And burlesque grew as a separate entity, in excluding those. Ron and Kathy early on talked about reuniting these families, these separated families, when they created the Moisture Festival. And we had a shaky start. There were some, maybe we shouldn't put them all into the same shows, really all of them. There were some reasons for the separations. But we've nonetheless found a way to go forward with, as you say, these strains. New circus and vaudeville and burlesque coming together under the banner of Moisture Festival in Seattle. I think it's unique in the world.
I've always liked to have fun. I play badminton. I was a badminton player. First 10 years I was up here, I was the badminton coach for Washington Athletic Club. I moved up here in 1968, and I opened a tropical fish store in Fremont. Most of my career was in the control room for the water department. Basically, when I was on shift, I ran the water system for all of King County. Where I really got into doing the chicken necklace things was, it really started with Rocky Horror Play, not the picture show. How do you get people out to the first few performances of something that they don't know anything about? So I came up with the idea of chicken necklaces, and then I got into, when the Moisture Festival started up and I saw that it would be a fun thing to do, it's just a silly thing, because what I do is I say, would you like a chicken necklace?
Thank you very much. We're the Bobs. We've been together for 35 years. And this is the last week ever at the Moisture Festival.
We have a couple more shows.
We have a couple more shows, but this is it. 35 years hanging up the pitch pipe. So we'd like to start off with a very old Bob's tune. It's called Helmet.
1, 2, 1.
I can't remember how it started. I followed the firemen. I dreamed of the astronauts. They look so happy in their shining metal headgear. I knew that inside they were smiling.
So this next act comes from Germany.
It is a father and son duo. The father was inspirational in actually the concept in creating this very festival.
Because these guys are legends all over Europe.
all over America and all over the world.
This is Hockey and his son Muppy. Welcome back, boys.
I was touring in Germany with a few people from Europe, street performers like you guys gathered over here at the country fair. We didn't have a country fair. We had Paris, Beaubourg, we had like Berlin, certain places where you see performers. And what I did is true, is I gathered those people and we did the first variety show. That's what vaudeville is in Europe. We call it Varieté, and Varieté had a really big history. Like everybody of you guys, me too, back then, no internet. You went to the bookstore, you went to the libraries, you got everything about it. And I found out before the war, the Second World War happened, there were 225 officials signed in Varieté theaters in Berlin, only in that town. So I figured out, oh yeah, and I got the connection pretty fast from Varieté to music hall. And Paris, it's called music hall. And in England, they have the music hall. And actually, that's where really Varieté started it. After the Second World War, I was the first one who opened a Varieté theater. So there was no space for, you had circus, but other than that, there was nothing for jugglers, for magicians, for musicians. For a lot of musicians we had. And so I started that thing with like 4 other people, let's open a theater, it became almost like this year. It's incredible. Sometimes my hairs, if they go now up, that's not magic, that's really because of that.
Part of it is trying to introduce audiences to different types of acts that they never even knew existed, like Tom Noddy's Bubble Magic. How many people have seen someone do sculptures, ephemeral sculptures with soap bubbles?
Hey folks, Tom Noddy has been around this festival. He was one of the original guys way back in the day when they said, hey, let's do a festival in Seattle. He's been seen on ESPN. He was 3 times on The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson, and he was also on The Letterman Show. He's done this incredible act all over the world. Please welcome Tom Noddy.
A friend of mine studying physics told me a cube would be impossible. Because what was always minimal shapes? The spheres. That's the most economic shape in nature. That's why planets are all spheres. And stars are all spheres. The most economic shape. He said a bubble cube would be impossible. He was studying physics, but he had an incomplete understanding of that science.
At the Moisture Festival. Boing, boing, boing. So glad to be here.
Live theater, though, leads you, in a play, you have a sense of where things are going. It doesn't have quite the surprise or the liveliness. There's a fourth wall with a play. There's no fourth wall. And you have people like Rhys Thomas, the man has a patter, his dialogue, his jokes as he's going, and he's listening to you laugh. And if you're not quite getting it, he'll tell you you're not getting it. And and suddenly you in the audience, we in the audience, we're part of what's going on. And the more we react, the better he gets. He's a perfect example of what vaudeville is, Rhys Thomas.
Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you know this, but the entire art of juggling is based on doing simple things in the most difficult way possible. I mean, your average person would carry 3 juggling clubs around like this. I was like, actually, I'm thinking I need a helper here. I need somebody soft and squishy for my dismount. How about, there's a young lady right over here on the far end of that row, right there. Could you help out? Would you? That'd be great. Woo. Whoa. You're shaking. No, her hands are like, she's like this. You're like, what? You seem excited. Was that fun? Yeah? But you seem more excited. What's up?
I'm getting married tomorrow.
She's getting married tomorrow. That is... Okay, wait. This is an honor. We're at Moisture Festival, and you're getting married. This is your wedding weekend. And is the lucky guy here? Or lesbian? Here, maybe if you hold hands, it'll work better, okay? Here, together. Light the light bulb with your love. It broke.
My name's Randy Minkler. I'm part of the Moisture Festival crew. I started performing when I was a teenager, singing in bands and things like that. And creating costumes too, just for the fun of it.
All right, you have already met our next act, playful yet statuesque. Please welcome once again, Godfrey Daniels.
My part in it, I guess what I'd say is that I'm an artist and a performer, and I love community building as an art form. And that's always been, for me, the core of who I am and how I practice my art. And it's always been volunteer. I don't practice my art as making a living. I did that as a commercial artist. That's a totally different world. This was a world where, you know, folks came together and had crazy ideas, and let's just do it. And Fremont seems to be like this place where that can happen for some reason. You know, I think it was the times. It started in the 80s here, I think. Late 70s, early 80s. The Fremont Arts Council started pulling itself together around the mid-80s, I think. And that's the core group that, you know, got its fingers into Country Fair or Burning Man, all these festivals that are about community building.
I'm a dreamer. Part of this was I talk people into things. I find out what they want to do, and it's usually something I've talked to them about what I want to do, and I say, well, let's do it. And then I figure it out. I'm not that good of an artist, but I seem to be a really good producer. So that seems to be what my strength is. I'd rather be on the stage. I'd rather be the clown or the whatever on the stage. It's just the way life goes sometimes. And the way it is, I'm not even good enough to be on my own stage. It's just, oh well. Every April 1st, they let me get up there and do some really bizarre thing, but that's me. There's a time for us, somewhere a time for us.
I think sometimes we forget the value of people gathering and laughing together and experiencing a good time together. That is so valuable for people in love, people raising a family, people hanging out with their friends. You get a certain energy from each other. And the festival, because of the performers and the way the volunteers work so well with the performers, that happens in the room. That happens in the room. And that energy then leaves with you when you leave. So it's that makes it a success, that there's a community experience that's fun. Our lucky thing was that we got some talented people who were into the challenge of presenting vaudeville and the variety arts, you know. So as well as being a performer, they were like, we want more people to see this. We want more people to feel what that art can do.
There's nothing like the vaudeville festival we put on. Nothing in the world. Nobody has a stage that has what we have on it. Nobody. There's people that are doing vaudeville, and there's wonderful festivals, a variety comedy festival, but nobody's like us. We're unique.
But I think everyone wants it to keep going, for sure. It's just, like Kathy said, if it ended and all these performers weren't able to put their mark on the stage, it would be heartbreaking. It really would. And we're also dedicated to the joy that it brings to people. I think that's as important as anything. When we see people leave the auditorium and with that big smile on their face, and they're holding their kids' hands, and you know, dad's drinking a beer and the kids eating popcorn. I mean, it's just a beautiful thing, and none of us want to see it go.
So, you know, I think we would all say we're keeping going. This is amazing what we've got going here. Where we're going, there are so many amazing artists out there that I feel like we can provide a stage for, and we'd like to keep doing that, if I'm not mistaken. Ron, you want to add anything?
Each year, we after the festival, we look at each other and go, "You look like you've been run over by a train." And we have to make a decision every year do we want to do it again? And we look at each other, and Ron says,
I'm in.
I'm in.
I'm in.
Can I go home now?
Well, I couldn't believe my luck. Talked some fool that said the whole thing's up. She got born with that. When I look my way, I tip my hat. Must be jelly, 'cause jam don't shake like that. I say, oh Lord, 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 well, it must be jelly, jam don't shake like that. Come on, jelly. Yeah, time just seemed to rush from the time we spoke to the time she rushed. I tried to take it slow, but girls like that, they got to go. Must be jelly, jam don't shake like that. Well, it must be jelly, must be jelly, it must be jelly, it must be jelly, it must be jelly, must be jelly, it must be jelly, must be jelly, it must be jelly, 'cause jam don't shake like that. All right, Kelly back. Hey, Jessica, come here and play the microphone. Yeah, you know time just seemed to rush from the time we spoke to the time she pushed. I tried to take it slow, but girls like that, they've got to go. Must be jelly, jam don't shake like that. Oh Lord, 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 that must
God, I know exactly what love is. Love is real, simple, and true. Love is this feeling my heart gets when I'm being held close by you. And God, love is real simple. Love is real simple. Love is real simple and true.